What is up, Squared Nation? Welcome back to No Counters, No Combos. And today we're back in the Battle Chamber bringing you Game 2 of our Universe 7 Gohan SS4 Goku matchup. Now, SS4 did take it in Game 1, but let's see if U7 Gohan can come back with a vengeance and pick up Game 2. Um, Shout out real quick to my sponsor, Computer and Gaming Universe. We do all of our Battle Chamber videos at our local store over there. So thank you so much for letting us, use your store for, the venue where we record these videos. Without you guys, it would be very, very difficult to get these out. Also, shout out to my teammate Enrique, who's playing the SS4 leader on the right, and of course myself on the left. So players are shuffling. We're shuffling here. We're getting all ready. I'm trying to remove all of the salt that I have from the Game 1 loss that I took. But Enrique is a good player, and he's a very innovative deck builder. So sometimes his decks catch you off guard, and you're not really prepared for them, which is good because it kind of it doesn't make things stale. But if people were to build more innovative, this game would be a lot more fun. Uh, I always tell people that Dragon Ball competitively is a good game, but Dragon Ball really shines in the casual scene. I think casually, it's a great game. It's a very successful IP. The franchise has been around for years and has a very big following. So, if anything, if you guys are looking to just have fun, kick back, play a few rounds, play a couple card games with your friends here, casually, Dragon Ball Super is the way to go. So we're in our post-mulligan phase here. We cut the decks. We're going back. I decided to keep two. Enrique decided to keep two. We're going to get the 4 cards here. And I believe since I lost, I'm going to choose to go first. I'm not exactly sure if I start or if I choose to pass and go second. But we're going to get right underway here. Thank you guys so much for being patient. These Battle Chamber videos do take a lot to get out. But I'm glad you guys are enjoying them, and we're going to get started right away. So I'm going to charge a Successor of Hope. Tap 1, play the Ready to Fight Son Goku, look at top 3, add another Ready to Fight Son Goku to my hand, shuffle, and pass. So Ready to Fight Son Goku is very good because it gives me a combo card that I can use early for my draw too. So I'm going to pass Enrique. He's going to charge a red, tap a red, play the Trunks, activate the ability, 15k crit. I'm just going to take that. It's too early in the game to lose hand advantage. And then let's see. I took the 1 damage there, putting me down to 7 life. Enrique is down to 7 life as well. He's just going to pass turn. I'm going to draw, untap, charge, ready to fight. So I have 1 blue, 1 yellow energy here. And let's see what I decide to do. We're going to attack Gohan leader into the Trunks. Obviously, there's no counters because he's tapped out. We should, be off to the races here. I didn't combo because I didn't feel it was necessary to. So I'm going to play the Progenitor to take the life, putting myself down to 6 life, adding a card to my hand, attacking to leader with the Bardock. And this is probably where I'll combo. So when you combo with Universe 7 cards from the battle area with the Gohan leader, you get to draw 2 cards, which is awesome. Like, generating that much hand advantage is ridiculous. And if you utilize the right pieces, you can get it off very successfully. Now, I do apologize for that glare, but as you can see, that is a Bardock the Progenitor. Now, I kind of just put the Bardock back in my hand to give myself another awakening state. I'm just playing the free blocker here. But I don't really think I needed to do that free blocker play. Definitely bouncing the Bardock is good, but I'm kind of exposing myself a little early here to the aggressiveness of this leader. So Enrique is going to charge a Planet Vegeta, giving him 1 yellow energy and 1 red energy, and he is at updated life count here. We're both at 6 life, so we're pretty even right now. I can't really. Not really seeing my hand because I don't really show it too much as far as the camera is concerned, but I believe I'm up on cards just for the simple fact that I've only taken 1 critical damage and I've been able to combo and draw 2 cards off of the Ready to Fight combo. So I should be up in card advantage, but again, really, it's so early in the game that advantage is it's kind of neither here nor there. Advantage really comes to fruition later in the game. So he's gonna attack to my leader with his leader, auto draw. Let's see if I choose to negate. Nope, just gonna take the damage, putting myself down to 5 life. Let's see if he decides to make any plays here to extend his game state. He is at 6 life, so it's not something that I can easily just double strike him down, because you kind of want to have them at an odd life total. You want to go down from 5 to 3, which is effectively the best way to do it, forcing them to take that extra damage. Because if you put them from 6 to 4, then they can awaken and not take any damage. So you want to make sure you can force your opponent to take that double strike damage from 5 to 3, because it's one extra damage you're going to be doing efficiently. Whereas if you try to combo over, when you're doing 6 to 4, you're putting them in an awakening state at a comfortable life total. So you're not really taking advantage of the situation. So if it were me, I'm definitely going to try to do one more damage, putting him down to 5 before I do any type of double strike. But it is still Enrique's turn, so let's see what he decides to do. He's going to tap a yellow energy to bring out maybe the progenitor. I don't know if, yeah, it doesn't seem like a good point for him to do that right now. It's just going to pass turn. I'm going to untap here. I'm going to charge another yellow, so I'm going to charge a Bardock the progenitor. So I got 2 yellow energies and 1 blue. We're going to tap a yellow energy to play a Bardock. I do apologize for that glare, but that is a Bardock the progenitor. So we're going to take that life, putting us down to 4, which is awakening range. I'm going to tap another yellow here to play a Planet Vegeta, which allows me to search for any Saiyan cost 4 or less and add it to my hand. Obviously, the reason I run Planet Vegeta is for that simple fact, the fact that I can search a super combo, but it does also search my Bardocks, my Gotens. It can search my Ready to Fight Son Gokus if I need it, and Bardock, Will of Iron, the 4-drop ape. That's a 20k double strike that goes hand in hand with Planet Vegeta. But it just feels great being able to search for your super combo. Like, I can't stress that enough. So we're in pretty much our, I don't want to say optimal, because you optimally want to do it on turn 4 so you can have 2 and 2 as far as energy is concerned. But we're in control of the offensive tempo right now, because if we choose to awaken, we're going to untap those 2 yellow energies. But you definitely want to try to I was just going to say, you definitely want to try to take advantage of the combo, but if you just don't have it, you don't have it. So I'm going to awaken, untap 2 yellows, swing 15k into leader. Let's see if Enrique decides to counter. He's going to slap down that Nimbus. Let's see if he decides to discard for the additional. Yeah, he's going to pitch. So he pitched a yellow, so I essentially only have one more, attack this turn. It feels really bad sometimes when you awaken Gohan without comboing on the front side, but because I'm not really focusing so much on the Universe 7 engine, which I did mention in the video during Game 1, you're not really playing it optimally, so I kind of take a step back by doing that. But we're going to pass turn to Enrique. He's going to charge a Roshi, giving him 2 yellow. He's going to tap that Roshi for 1, play the Bardock, putting himself down to 5 life. And let's see what he decides to do with the remainder of his turn. He's going to play another planet. He's going to play a Planet Vegeta, so he's going to tap a yellow here. Let's see what he decides to search. There's plenty of search targets in his deck. Remember, he is running Shigesh, as we saw in Game 1. So that's definitely going to be a viable search target here. Tapping the 1 yellow for the planet, but he's gonna forego that and choose the Goten instead, giving him a valid swap target for the progenitor. Seeing as how I am awakened, the Bardock is not going to be able to put pressure on my awakened leader without comboing a card. So let's see if he decides to just swap in regularly with the Goten or actually try to apply pressure. Oh, interesting. He's going to tap the red, tapping himself out to activate, to bring out intensifying power trunks. Oh, that makes sense. So yeah, he's going to attack. He's going to use the auto to put himself at 4 life, which is Awakening State, but I am definitely going to negate that with a Master Roshi because I do not want to take critical damage post-Awaken. So he's going to Awaken, untap 2 yellows, and he'll be able to extend his plays here on out. Now, remember, the SS4 leader, when you're at equal to or less life total than your opponent, gains 5k critical. So right now he's swinging into me with a 20k crit. So hopefully he doesn't combo anything, but let's see. He does draw off of the auto from the attack. Let's see if he decides not to combo, and I'm going to just slap down that super combo because I do not want to take crit damage. Crit damage is just it feels so bad when you take crit damage, but he is going to swing with the Bardock here. He's definitely going to have to combo to put pressure. Let's see if he decides to do that. From earlier in the turn, he did search the Goten with the planet. He chooses not to combo, probably just trying to bait the blocker out. But he's going to swap in the Goten to see 3 cards from the top of his deck. Goten is such a good card because it provides you so much utility. The only downside of Goten is you definitely have to pump him up when your opponent's awakened. So in a way, they kind of balanced it, but not really, because looking at 3 cards when there's no negative to attacking in this game, you're just going to do it anyway. So he's definitely going to swing to my leader. He's going to activate the auto, look at the top 3, add 1 to hand, and the remaining to the bottom of the deck. So let's see if he decides to combo up with this Goten to try to put pressure on my leader. Since I am awakened, I have already negated with a Roshi earlier in the turn, and I chose not to negate. So if anything, it's going to be up to me whether I choose the combo. Right now, we're both at 4 life total, so you kind of want to maintain some type of similarity to your opponent's life because you can kind of just tempo it out properly when it comes to future damage. So he's going to combo the Shugesh, putting the Goten up to 20k, and play in the the Super Saiyan GT Goku that becomes your evolve target for your EX evolve. So I'm just going to super combo to draw a card, putting myself to 25, not taking any damage. He's going to pass turn. We're going to untap here. Let's see if we decide to charge or what we decide to charge this turn. Because you can essentially run this deck very efficiently with just 3 energies. So charging past turn 3 is optional. But let's see what I decide to do here. We're going to slap down that Frieza there, giving us our 3rd yellow energy with a total of 3 yellows and 1 blue for our charge. Our charging zone, and we have a Roshi on board with a free Videl blocker and the Progenitor as well. So we do have access to a combo to draw 2 cards with the leader's ability. Let's see how I decide to sequence this turn. So I'm going to attack with leader. He's going to Nimbus, discard for Nimbus. Ooh, looks like he chose, he's just going to discard the Successor of Hope here, negating my leader's ability, or attack rather, giving me only 1 more valid attack with my battle cards. So we're kind of playing the grind game at this point. I'm going to attack Bardock. I'm going to attack with Bardock, the Progenitor. See if he decides to negate this attack, essentially just ending my turn. Sometimes when you're playing with an aggressive leader, Nimbus does hurt you. So I'm going to combo the Roshi here to draw 2 cards. Nimbus hurts you because you're being aggressive and you always kind of want to get a leader swing. So if your opponent reads it properly or they have the response, playing a Nimbus when your leader attacks is very devastating. It looks like I'm just going to draw 2 cards with the Roshi combo here. Tap a yellow to combo the Will of Iron, which essentially what will happen is after the combo step is over, I'll be able to evolve the ape over the Progenitor, and at the end of the turn, it'll restand with Planet Vegeta. And that it's funny because I used all those resources, but that attack was into a 5k Trunks. That's how powerful those crit strikers are. So it looks like we're going to overwhelm here. Tap 1 energy to play Scientist Fu. Oh, Banisher Fu, secret tech, baby. Gotta get that Goku off the board. Don't want him EX evolving. But Banisher Fu is a very, very good card. It's just easy spot removal, no cost restriction for the target that you remove. So it's very, very good. I decided to pass, restand my blocker. I do apologize for the glare, but that is a Bardock Will of Iron. I'm going to pass to my teammate Enrique here. He's going to draw for turn. Doesn't look like he's charging. He's going to attack with leader. Oh, wait, let's see. He might have forgotten something. Yeah, so he's going to attack with leader, auto draw. I believe it would be smart to negate this attack because of the 20k crit. But let's see what I decided to do here. Just waiting for my response. Just going to not negate it. He chooses not to combo. So I play a Senzu Bean to untap a yellow energy, putting me at 20. But I am going to need 5 more combo power in order to survive this attack. And I do so by, doing a ready to fight for combo here. So he's going to swing with the Goten into my leader, which is now sitting at 20k. Look at the top 3 from the Goten auto. Put 1 in hand and the rest at the bottom of the deck. The later and later you have Goten on the board, the more and more advantage he's going to generate for you. I cannot stress enough. If you're playing against the swap, the 1-2 swap, or the whatever you want to call it, and there's multiple Gotens on board, try to get rid of them as much as possible or as quickly as you can, because they're going to end up being a huge pain in your ass. Excuse my language, because that's how good that card is. So he's going to overwhelm here, tapping 1 yellow energy to play Scientist Fu, draw 2 cards. Scientist Fu is a savage. Being able to just draw you 2 cards and put a 25k body on board with double strike is disgusting. I'm going to snap negate that because I don't want to go lower than... You want to try to protect your life total as much as possible, knowing that he's playing triple flash SS4 Goku. I want to stay above 3 life as much as possible because it'll essentially make his triple strike ineffective. So I'm going to snap that Roshi on board to negate. He's just going to pass turn. I'm going to draw, untap, and here we go. Let's see what I decide to charge. He's already used 2 Nimbuses, so he only has 2 left. And seeing that there's a Roshi in charge there, you can assume that he's probably got 3 Roshis left. So if you're counting negates and you're trying to bait stuff out, your opponent's got 4 or 5 negates left to use in the game. I decide not to charge here, so leaving me at a total of 3 yellow energies and 1 blue energy. We're going to attack leader into... I believe I'm attacking into leader. I gotta start, making it more visible who we're attacking into here. But I believe it's leader into leader. Just waiting for my opponent's response here. I do see he has a yellow energy up, so I wouldn't be surprised if he decides to Nimbus again, which would essentially make it the 3rd turn in a row that he's flying Nimbus my leader attack. But hey, they're good cards. You're supposed to play good cards if you want to win, so can't be too mad. And there it is, the 3rd flying Nimbus. So he's going to tap that yellow Roshi to play the Nimbus. Let's see if he decides to discard for the extra effect. Let's see here. What is his discard target? Essentially, it would just give me 1 more attack for the turn, but I do have a Will of Iron on the board, giving me essentially a 20k double striker to swing into his leader. Looks like he's just deciding what he wants to discard here for the Nimbus effect. He chooses to discard a Master Roshi. So we're going to swing with my Bardock Will of Iron into leader. 20k double strike. Oh, actually, I chose to swing into the Goten. Okay. So he's just going to... He knows the Goten's going to die because he's not going to combo out. But I'm going to combo the Roshi just to draw 2 cards and see what else I can get since all my energy is up. Like I said, you want to try to get rid of those Gotens as quickly as possible because they're so good. So it kind of just protects you from damage to your leader. Essentially, if you can put effective battle cards with great effects on the board, they work as a deterrent for your opponent. Your opponent's going to focus more on getting rid of your board because they want you to generate less advantage than they can. So it'll work as a blocker or a counter because it'll give your opponent, something to focus on instead of your leader. Now, just a quick catch up to the game. I did pass turn. Enrique chose not to charge. He swung with leader. He drew for his auto, and I snapped that Nimbus on the board, giving him essentially only 1 more battle card attack for this turn. Like I said, you want to try to stay up on a high life total in the later games here because triple flash is such a problem. Enrique is going to pass to me. I'm going to draw, untap everything. I'm sitting at 3 yellow energies and 1 blue. Let's see if I decide to charge here. This is a really good game for two pretty aggressive decks. This game is very, very back and forth. Each of us are playing cautiously because we don't want to surrender or just not surrender, but we don't want to tap out to the other opponent and then just completely get blown out. I mean, tapping out is so bad. So we're gonna swing with Bardock, Will of Iron into leader. He's gonna snap that Roshi on board to negate that attack. So if I can calculate everything correctly, he only has one Nimbus left, which is gonna come in, into it's gonna come into factor towards the late game, because if you can count virtually how many negates your opponent has already used, you can kind of just plan your attack. So he negates my Bardock, but I'm going to attack leader into leader, and I'm going to throw down that double strike Champa, giving myself 25k double strike. He's gonna respond with Shugesh, bringing in the free Gine blocker, which is genius, and also combo the Roshi, giving him 30k. Now, the reason I say that's genius is because cheating in a free blocker when you really can't afford to play your condition because it takes a life. So, for example, he really can't play Bardock because it's going to put him down to 3, which would give him access to playing the free blocker. So, cheating it in with Shugesh is just really good. So, he's going to attack me with his leader. Again, not charging. I'm just going to slap that Nimbus down because I too am playing the Nimbus game. And like I said, I'll keep saying, you want to maintain a high life total when playing against SS4 Triple Flash, because the triple strike is devastating. So I'm just going to try to defend my life to 4 as much as I possibly can. And his leader being a 20k crit is not something you want to take. Now, I do have 2 blockers on board, but if they get destroyed, then I'm losing board presence. So he's going to pass. I'm going to draw, untap. Still sitting at 3 yellows and 1 blue. I'm just rifling through his grave here and his drop area and all this warp stuff just to kind of count and see what he's got. As far as negates are concerned, as you can see, he showed the camera there. He showed the camera there to see, so that you guys can see he's still holding 1 Nimbus. So that's definitely something I'm going to have to play around, especially since he has 2 yellow energies up as well as 1 red energy. So I just got to sequence. You just got to sequence your turns properly. So I'm going to tap 2 yellow energy to play my super combo. Hope, Backbone of Universe 7. Backbone of Universe 7 Son Goku. Yes, I've tapped 2 energies to play my super combo, and you'll see why in just a moment. So I'm going to tap another yellow energy to put myself down to 1, which is put myself to 3, which is very risky because I'm giving him access to triple flash. But if you can extend and if you can sequence everything out right and just count your turns properly, you know, if you know what you're doing, you can do it. Essentially, I don't want to make it sound so boastful, but if you know what you're doing, you can do it. So I'm going to swing the Bardock into the leader. He's not going to counter. I'm going to combo 2 unyielding Spirit Trunks, allowing me to untap 2 of my yellow energies, giving me a 20k Bardock into the 15k leader. Essentially, if you want to maintain even life like that, like I put myself down to 3 knowing I was going to put my opponent down to 3, then it's not a bad way to do it. So I am going to attack his leader with my super combo because it's 12k. So basically, I'm trying to bait that blocker. I'm trying so hard to bait that blocker, and Enrique obliges. Or yeah, obliges. That's the word. So successfully took the blocker off the board, allowing me to attack for double strike with my Bardock Will of Iron. Let's see if he has any counters into responding to this attack. It looks like I'm sequencing my turns very, very good here. I'm going to combo my super combo from the board in rest mode, which I can do with my leader, drawing 1 off of the super combo, and then drawing 2 off the leader's ability, drawing me a total of 3 cards. So as you can see, it's not bad to play your super combo on the board when you're awakened, because you're just going to generate all those pluses. It's so good. It's so good being able to just summon your super combo and say attack, and your opponent really doesn't know what to do because it's such a weird number. Swinging in for 12k and then comboing 5 up to 17 just makes the math weird. But I do it a lot. You know, if the situation lends itself to it, I will hardcast my super combo to play it and get advantage off of it. So I'm gonna swap in the Goten. Sorry for the glare, but that is a Goten. Swap in the Goten off the Bardock. Play the Bardock again, putting myself down to 2 life, which is okay because I'm still 1 life ahead of my opponent. Just trying to dig for more cards, more combo pieces, just extend, my plays and try to finish him off this turn. So we're going to swing to the leader with the Bardock. 10k to 15. Let's see if he decides to negate. Nope. No counters. I am going to have to combo here to put pressure. But let's see if I do that, or let's see if I'm just trying to bait something out. It looks like he's rifling through his warp and his drop, looking to see how many negates he has left. I'm going to play the Sensor Bean here, untapping one of my yellow energies to put my Progenitor up to 15k, which is going to be even with his leader. So if he wants to survive this attack, I'm forcing him to use a combo card, which is what you want to do. So he's going to combo a Goten. Then I'm going to attack with my Goten into his leader. I'm going to activate my auto to look at the top 3 cards, add 1 to hand, and the rest to the bottom of the deck in any order. But I also am going to have to combo on this Goten because he's only a 10k. So effectively, at this point, you want to try to just combo up to the minimum that you have to force your opponent to use cards in their hand and just try to dwindle them down as much as you can. Don't forget, I still have my leader's attack, and even though she's a 5k blocker, I can effectively attack with my Videl, comboing her up enough to make her a lethal strike. So I'm going to activate my super combo here, putting my Goten up to 10k, 20k, drawing a card. Let's see if Enrique decides to counter. He would need to get to 25. So if he has a super combo in hand, it would be ideal just to slap one card. Yeah, so that's what he does. He plays a Shugesh and then brings the free blocker in again off of the Shugesh. So I'm going to bounce Bardock back to my hand. No valid swap target. I'm going to tap a yellow again to play him, putting myself down to 1 energy, but I'm adding a card to my hand. So I'm essentially trying to extend my plays and try to finish him this turn because he's only at 1 life. He does have a blocker on board, so I know in the back of my head I am going to have to bait that out. So I'd rather do it sooner than later. Progenitor is going to attack into SS4 Goku, 10k to 15k. Let's see if he decides to negate. Doesn't look like there's any counters. And now it would be up to my combo phase, but in all honesty, yeah, that's the way to go. 20k double strike into leader, putting pressure. He's got to get up to 25, so he's going to just use his triple flash SS4, which is fine because that's 2 that are already, have been exhausted this game. One's in charge, one's in drop. I'm going to bounce the Bardock back to my hand, swing with my leader into his leader, and he decides to play the Nimbus here to negate the leader's attack, which, I guess is okay, but should have just did it a lot sooner because he would have been able to save himself from a lot of damage. And to finish my turn, I'll just play 2 more free Videl blockers, giving me a board of 3 Videl blockers and 1 Bardock Will of Iron. So defensively, I'm in pretty good shape. It's Enrique's turn. No charge. He's going to attack leader into leader. I'm going to Nimbus and just essentially try to end his turn because I'm going to go in for the victory next turn. Like, it's inevitable at this point. I believe he's definitely up on card advantage, but because of Gohan's ability to draw so many cards with Universe 7 combos off the board, you can get so much advantage just by that. So activating Nimbus to negate his leader's attack here is not bad because I know I'm not going to lose just by having 1 more battle card for him to attack with, and I have 4 blockers on board. I know I'm not going to lose this turn, so it doesn't feel bad. As you can see, he activated his planet Vegeta to search for a Shugesh. The one thing I will say about this Triple Flash SS4 deck is I feel like you don't win if you don't get Triple Flash. That's such a main cog in the strategy that if you don't see it or you don't have the right pieces for it, it's going to be very hard to grind out a win, which is exactly what's happening right now. This is a very grindy matchup with 2 aggro decks. It's just the way it is, You have cautious players. You have players that don't want to tap out, players that don't want to lose. Their strategies change a little bit. The ability to adapt to your opponent and adapt to what game state you guys are both trying to achieve is what makes you a good player. So he's going to tap a red here to play the Intensifying Power Trunks. I don't see why, though, because he can't really activate his auto, being that he's only at 1 life. So I think this might have been a bit of a misplay. but I don't know. Maybe there's some type of later strategy he's trying to get to. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's essentially still a 5K combo on the board, but that open energy would have allowed you to been able to combo a 10K by just closing it out and tapping the energy for it. So I think maybe he thought he was at a higher life total when he played the trunks, but this is why we play test, just to make sure you iron strategies out and you get to your plays optimally and as efficiently as possible. Sorry, I'm stumbling on my words a little bit. Um, but um, this is the first time he's played this deck. I mean, obviously, game one was the official first time, but this is the first match he's ever had with this deck. So there's definitely going to be some type of kinks you need to work out to make sure that your cards are played optimally. But that's why we play test. I mean, Enrique is a good friend of mine. He's my teammate. We play test against each other a lot. We theory craft with each other a lot. He's a very, very good deck builder. I think a lot of people don't give him the credit that he deserves for it. I consider myself a good deck builder, and I put Enrique right there with me. He's got a really good mind for certain things. Certain things that I wouldn't think of, he would think of. So we complement each other very well. So, sorry to gush over my teammate, but, it's nice having a group of people that you can let to your go to people, because I know in some other places who are less fortunate, it is hard to find players, and it is hard to commit to a local that's like 2 hours away. So, you know, I'm very grateful for being able to just kind of call them up on the phone and have a conversation about the game or play test or meet up and just play test. It's very, very cool. But back to the game here. Um, these turns are going to start taking longer and longer the further you progress into the game. Enrique is going to pass to me. I'm going to untap everything. I only have one card in hand, which I just drew for turn, so I'm definitely not going to charge. I'm at 3 yellow energies, 1 blue energy. He's at 1 life with a blocker on board and a yellow up. So I know he can play negate. So we're just going to try to grind out as much as we possibly can here. I'm going to activate the Goten, look at the top 3, add 1 to hand, and the remaining 2 to the bottom in any order. You definitely need to sequence your plays out properly because you want to make sure that you win without overextending and kind of just blowing yourself out. Even though you virtually might have the game, you're not always sure about that. So I don't combo on the Goten because I don't have anything to combo with. I play the Frieza here, giving me a valid Universe 7 target for combo. Going to combo into, going to attack his leader. He chooses to, it looks like he was going to block it first, but then maybe he decided to not block. So I'm going to combo the Frieza, putting myself up to 20k, drawing 2 cards. Because I had such a low hand total in the beginning of the turn, I think he feels confident in being able to out combo. But I also combo this Goten here to put myself to 25. So 25k swinging into his leader, and he's going to have to get to 30 to combo out. I started out the turn with no cards in hand, drawing for turn, and now I'm up to like 2 or 3. So the draw power is real. So he uses the trunks for combo, putting him to 20, and then Shigesh putting him to 30, bringing in a pan. Now I'm going to swing with Will of Iron Bardock. He's just going to block that attack, which is fine because I'm going to have nothing of it. You just have to dwindle down your opponent when it comes to the later game. That's the best advice I can ever give anybody. If you're playing an aggressive deck, try to play a more cautious strategy. Try to play for the long run, because the one bad thing about aggressive decks is when they lose steam fast. And they can die out very quickly and be ineffective in the late game. So it looks like I'm making an overwhelm play here, probably for a Scientist Fu, but you want to make sure that you tap the right energy. So most likely I'm going to be looking for in my drop area to see how many negates or counters I've already used that require yellow energy to make sure that I don't tap that specific energy out for future use next turn in case I can't beat him. So I am going to tap the yellow to play the Scientist Fu, drawing me 2 cards. I do apologize for the glare, but the card that's completely covered in glare is a Goten, and then the card that's half covered obviously is Bardock, Will of Iron. Going to swing into his leader with my Scientist Fu, combo and unyielding, putting me up to 30k double strike, and untapping my yellow energy. Let's see what he decides to do here. He's going to have to get to 35 to survive this attack, which I'm sure he'll be able to do because, like I said, he does have more cards in hand than I do. So that's a 10k combo. Tapping 1, that's 25. He's going to need 10k more. He combos 2 pans, putting him to 35, surviving the double strike. But it's okay, because we still have Videls on board. Going to tap a yellow to play a Planet Vegeta and search. Probably for my last super combo if I have it. That's probably your most valid search target at this point. I mean, you don't really want to add a Bardock. Unyielding Spirit Trunks is a good one too, because you could be able to combo with it and untap. Seeing as how setting up for the next turn, if you don't win specifically, you can kind of untap your energy and leave it for more combo. But I am going to swing with the Videl. He's tapped out, so he can't counter. And the shotgun begins. Unyielding to untap the yellow. Tap the yellow for Mira, which is a 10k combo. And then another 5k, so I'm at 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. 30k Videl into the leader. And there he goes, extending the handshake. Game 2 goes to Universe 7 Gohan. What a match. What a game so far that we have going. We are definitely going to show you guys Game 3. Stay tuned for that. And don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the bell for notifications when I drop my videos so that you don't miss these Battle Chamber episodes. And, you'll be in the loop. We'll see you in Game 3, guys. Be there or be squared.